Like a broken record, I'd get stuck in moments. My mind found comfort slipping into memories, revisiting places and people of moments past. I knew I should have been living in the present, but I found the past to be so irresistibly alluring. As I grew older, it became a cycle of constantly comparing what once was to what now is, and never being satisfied with the latter. I assumed it came from a place of contempt, of hating my current state, of wanting to escape. So, I promised myself that once I got away, I would finally start living. Now, I am finally away, in a city 2,196 miles away from home. This is what I always wanted. This is what I always dreamed of. So why am I still comparing every little thing to the past? My friends and I loved driving aimlessly around town. Windows down, music blaring, singing along to songs until our throats were shot and sore. We would drive until the sun began to set, and then chase it, ultimately finding ourselves in the perfect spot to observe as its journey came to an end, leaving an electric sky of clouds and a purple haze behind it. Eventually, we would turn off the car and climb on the roof, gazing upward at the now dark sky, freckled with stars and its single moon. We would marvel at its beauty, search for our favorite constellations, and wonder what was out there in the vast unknown. Now, all I know is public transit systems, fatigue, and a polluted sky. I have playlists filled with music I listen to during individual moments and chapters in my life. Each is filled with a plethora of different songs, artists, and genres, ranging from Frank Sinatra to Weezer, and the occasional Avril Lavigne. Each have the power to bring back the surge of emotions I was feeling during that particular time of my life, taking me back to those moments I will never be able to relive, but can attempt to, so long as I put on my headphones and press play. There was a coffee shop where the baristas knew us by name and would sometimes let us suggest songs to play over the speakers. That's the coffee shop we deemed ours, Jitters. We would love to sit outside, either in silence or insipid chatter, and let the hours roll by. We would always get the usual, an iced caramel, except for those exceptionally hot summer days. Those were strictly reserved for Muay Thais. Sometimes we would stay past closing time, filling the still outdoors with contemplations of silly nothings that felt like monumental everythings. Because when you're young, everything feels monumental. And tiny things like being able to sit outside your favorite coffee shop for hours after closing gets overlooked. I try to take my video camera everywhere I go, recording as many moments as I can. I've been doing this ever since I was 8 and got my first video camera. My friends enjoy being a part of this ritual, knowing I would edit the footage I collected to make some sort of a video diary. It's a nice way to document those memories that goes beyond a simple picture or words on paper. I always share the videos with them. They laugh and smile and tell me how much they liked it, and that's where it ends. Meanwhile, I spend my time constantly rewatching these videos, desperately trying to cling on to these moments forever, never wanting to let go of the past. There was a year where I lost my camera, along with all of the footage I had in it. I cried for days. It was as if the memories themselves were what had been stolen from me. I'll remember versions of selves I've lived and dwell on them. I'll convince myself that those versions were better, livelier, funnier. Seldom am I satisfied with how I am right now, constantly being stuck in a cycle of wanting to change myself drastically or go back to how I once was. I've written in journals ever since I was 10 years old and have collected all of them ever since. It began as spiral notebooks filled with bucket lists, notes from classmates, and quotes from my favorite novels. Once I entered high school, it became small journals scribbled with inner ramblings, drawings, and dumb interviews I would do with my friends. My journals allowed me to read my past thoughts and escape from my current ones. But these days, I barely write for myself anymore. For reasons beyond me, we were constantly moving houses. I always despised my current home, pointing out every little flaw, eagerly anticipating our next move. But as soon as we left, I would miss my past home dearly. There's a sort of beauty that lies in a 7-Eleven, choosing the perfect combination of Slurpee flavors, getting lost in aisles with friends, and filling the room with our laughter and energy. We always ended up choosing our usual choice of snacks, but that never lessened the charm of parading around a quiet convenience store. I always long for winter during those muggy, sticky summers. But once it finally comes around, I miss the warmth and glow of a summer's day and find myself cursing the frigid winter. I always told myself that the city was where I belonged, but at times I find myself reminiscing on those quick drives to our local beach, the weekends of utter bliss spent along the shore, making the ocean our home. It was by no means the nicest beach, but it was ours. It was home. It's strange knowing that this very moment is also going to be called the past in just a matter of seconds. And soon enough, I'll find myself clinging onto it desperately. Maybe I'm simply terrified of the future. The anxiety, the fear of failing, and being stuck in complacency is often horrifying. So I look to the past. But that's the thing about the past. Its initial allure seduces you in so effortlessly that you don't realize just how deep the hole you've dug yourself in truly is. I desperately wished I could go back to the past and live in a moment of nostalgic bliss, merely to free myself of whatever negativity I was feeling at that time. But the transient joy from reflecting upon memories will only ever be that. Transient. Regardless, my head is constantly cluttered with the mind chatter of yesterday and the anxieties of tomorrow, all the while completely disregarding the beauty and simplicity of the present, this moment, right now. Life is a vibrant bouquet of happy and sad moments, and all I can do is laugh at the absurdity of it all, rejoice in the fact that I'm breathing, and keep moving forward. But, to be honest, I still don't think I will ever stop comparing things to the past.